as part of these sanctions, again, that means no oil imports. That means those countries like Venezuela, like Iran, not only cannot export their oil to the US, but globally, because anybody who goes and buys oil from Iran or buys oil from Venezuela is also going to get punished by the US. Do you see how this works? So it's like a domino effect. Now, the United States, they've sanctioned so many countries that they're in this situation right now. They can't get oil from Iran. They can't get oil from Venezuela. They can't get oil from Russia. So what do? Now they have to go crawling back to Maduro and kiss his butt and beg him to give them oil. This is what DeSantis is saying.
Governor, the Biden administration seems everything backwards here. We're seeing record gas prices. People are really struggling. We have a lot of people in Florida on fixed incomes down here. And yet this week we learned they canceled oil and gas leases. It appears they're doing everything backwards to get us out of this crisis. They could just follow the instruction book from the Reagan years and get this thing right, but they just refuse.
Well, Dan, the energy policy is intentional. They are intentionally reducing our ability to produce oil and gas here in the United States. They will beg OPEC for more oil. They'll beg Maduro for more oil. I guess Maduro's oil isn't global warming, but American is. I mean, it's nonsense. It's ideology, but it's very destructive, and people are getting absolutely hammered with gas prices. And the overall inflation is attributable more than anything to Biden's policy of printing trillions and trillions of dollars like they've done since he's gotten into office. He was warned. You had Larry Summers.
do you see how kind of arrogant this is? They view everything as central to them. It's not like, oh, these sanctions are illegal. We are literally killing people in Venezuela, making them suffer, and that's why the sanctions should be removed. Oh no, it's about us. It's about, we need to make everything about us. Here's this really made me laugh. This is from Salazar. So Salazar, she said on Twitter that Biden has officially surrendered to Latin American dictators. Wow, that's news to Latin America. Yesterday, he gives American business to the Cuban regime. Today, he removes sanctions from Maduro in Venezuela to purchase blood-stained oil. We will not forget this November. Do you know what Saudi Arabia is? You're cool with their oil? Their blood-stained oil, that's not a problem for you? It's just the Venezuelan one that bothers you, right? If you're going to be like that, honestly, I would probably be more concerned about the Saudi stuff than Maduro. Yeah? Here's another one from Salazar. It says, one hit after another. Biden gave the Venezuelan regime another present today, lifting sanctions on Maduro's favorite nephew, who was VP of the state's oil company when they stole over $600 million from the Venezuelan people. Even if that were true, the amount of money that is caused in damages with sanctions, it far exceeds this by any imaginable extent. And if you're so concerned about the money of Venezuelans, you literally destroy their infrastructure and set them back decades. And this is the same with all other countries that are sanctioned. It destroys infrastructure. It makes people's lives miserable. It causes them intense misery. And then they, all they're concerned about is yelling this same thing. Oh, we decide what democracy is. You are a dictator. Your oil is bloodstained, and blah blah blah. Well, they're such hypocrites, man. If they're so concerned about this, they don't mind getting it from Saudi Arabia, chopping up a Washington Post journalist, killing people in Yemen, exporting Wahhabism and Al Qaeda. This list is endless. These are some of the comments that I'm seeing online that really made me laugh. Why is Biden easing sanctions on Venezuela and begging dictator Maduro for oil instead of opening U.S. oil production? And then you have this comment underneath says, the better question is, why is Obama telling him to? The answer is, Obama hates America. I don't even know what to say, man. I honestly, I thought this was like a bot or like a parody, and I think this person is serious. Like, this is a serious comment. What does that even mean?